I saw this list of false teachers to avoid on Facebook, posted by someone who was very upset, saying that at least a third of these teachers were not truly false teachers. There's 42 teachers here, and I wasn't familiar with a good number of them. So let's take a look to see which, if any, of these teachers don't belong on this list. We're going to move pretty quickly because there's so many of them, and you'll want to make sure you stick around until the end to hear my final thoughts about this list. Fred Price was an American televangelist and author who is the founder and self-proclaimed apostle of Crenshaw Christian Center, located in South Los Angeles, California. He was known for his ever-increasing Faith Ministries broadcast, which aired weekly on television and radio. Is Price really a false prosperity preacher? Well, listen to this.
If you have to say that, if it be thy will or thy will be done, if you have to say that, then you're calling God a fool. The whole point is I'm trying to get you to see, to get you out of this malaise of thinking that Jesus and the disciples were poor, and then relating that to you, thinking that you as a child of God have to follow Jesus. The Bible says that He has left us an example that we should follow His steps. That's the reason why I drive a Rolls Royce. I'm following Jesus' steps.
So Price says he drives a Rolls Royce because he's following in Jesus' steps. That Jesus and the disciples were so rich they would have been driving expensive cars, and that it's wrong to say to God, "Thy will be done," and all that in just a couple seconds of talking. It seems clear that Price falls into the category of false teacher. We've already covered T.D. Jakes in several other videos, so here we'll just play one clear example of Jakes preaching the prosperity gospel.
You say, I need restoration in my marriage. I'm going to sow this seed. I'm not worried about no financial return, but hook this family problem up. Fix this, somebody say, turn it around. My job is kind of shaky and I need a breakthrough tonight, and I'm going to sow because I need God to turn it around.
Needless to say, this is disgusting. Jakes is giving a sales pitch for people to sow a seed or give money so that they can receive
restoration in my marriage,
or to solve problems like
hook this family problem up, fix this, somebody say, turn it around.
And
my job is kind of shaky and I need a breakthrough tonight.
Of course, that is not at all the reason we give, and that is not at all how Christian leaders should teach about giving. Regarding the prosperity gospel, Voddie Baucham wrote in a blog post that Jakes has been this country's most popular purveyor of this heresy in the past 2 decades. If any Christian teacher belongs on this list, it's Kenneth Copeland. We've covered Copeland in other videos already, so let's just listen to this little nugget of heresy from Copeland.
When I read in the Bible where he says, I am, I just smile and say, yes, I am too.
If anyone could give Kenneth Copeland a run for winning the false teacher contest, it would be Jesse Duplantis. Not only does Duplantis have one-on-one conversations with Jesus, Duplantis recounts this unbelievable conversation with Jesus.
I have a habit of saying, hello, Jesus, and he says, hi, Jesse, first name basis. I walked into that study, and something was wrong, Pastor Osteen. I sensed it, and it wasn't with me. Everything was going great. Everything was fine. So I began to pray like I normally prayed, and the Lord began to minister to me, and I ministered to him. Finally, I said, something's wrong. Lord, something's wrong, and it's not with me. Then I realized, and I said, Lord, somebody hurt you today? Somebody hurt you today? You're not acting like you normally act. Somebody hurt you today?
We'll just leave that there. We've also talked a lot about Joel Osteen in other videos already, so I'll just play the clearest example I have that Osteen doesn't truly understand or teach the true gospel of Jesus Christ.
Today we are so honored to have a world changer, a history maker, one of the great voices of our generation. Ms. Oprah Winfrey is right here on the front row with us. Hey, Oprah, glad to have you. All right.
It's one thing to not realize that Oprah is not a Christian who needs to be saved. It's another thing to publicly praise Oprah in front of your entire church. Absolutely unbelievable.